This is WFYI News Now. It's Friday, February 6th, and I'm Sarah Neal Estes. Here are today's Central Indiana and statewide stories. After the recent disappearance and death of 17-year-old Hailey Buzbee from Fishers, state lawmakers say they will consider a new alert system for missing children. Caroline Beck reports.
Buzbee's family is calling on state leaders to create Hailey's Law, which would set up a pink alert to be activated when a child is missing under unusual circumstances. Unlike an Amber Alert, the pink alert would be used when there is evidence of child grooming or other trafficking concerns surrounding a child's disappearance. Less than a week after Buzbee's body was found, state leaders, including House Speaker Todd Huston, say they are looking to add language to bills currently moving through the Statehouse.
They've identified opportunities to put new language in the second half that would, again, maybe clarify that issue around the alert system.
The legislative session is anticipated to end by the end of February. I'm Caroline Beck at the Statehouse.
Indiana leaders aim to give extra scrutiny to Medicaid and to other federally funded, state-administered social service programs as part of a new entity focused on fraud, waste, and abuse. Jill Sheridan has more.
Indiana Governor Mike Braun created the Council on Fraud Detection and Prevention in an executive order. Our news partners at Indiana Capital Chronicle report that Braun points out Indiana runs the same child nutrition programs implicated in Minnesota fraud schemes. Per the order, agency heads will meet at least quarterly to coordinate the state's handling of federal programs. Indiana's Office of Inspector General is already responsible for investigating and addressing fraud, waste, abuse, and wrongdoing in executive branch agencies. I'm Jill Sheridan.
Noblesville Schools says it's facing a budget deficit and will lay off some staff in the coming weeks to save more than $3 million a year. Eric Weddle has more.
District officials say the deficit is being driven by a new state property tax law and inflation. Funding for enrollment is also down as more students graduate than enter kindergarten. Superintendent Dan Heil says the district is not in crisis mode right now, but says the direction is not sustainable. The school board will try to focus on minimizing the impact on students by not backfilling some positions when employees leave on their own. The district's current operating referendum expires at the end of this year. Leaders say they plan to share more details about seeking a new referendum this summer. I'm Eric Weddle.
Indianapolis's effort to purchase a downtown heliport, which it's expected to use for a proposed soccer stadium, is on pause. Dear Hartman reports.
Attorney General Todd Rokita sent a letter to the Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, stating there's evidence the city may have beaten competition to buy the heliport in an unfair way. Rokita says the city was chosen over an offer that was 40% higher. In response, the FAA paused the purchase of the Indianapolis downtown heliport. The mayor and the City of Indianapolis say the contract agreement to purchase the heliport was not a price that was below market value. The purchase won't go through until it gets FAA approval. I'm Dear Hartman.
And Indiana House Speaker Todd Huston says lawmakers are moving quickly to pass legislation that would lure the Chicago Bears to Indiana. As Ben Thorpe reports, Huston is the House sponsor on a bill that recently passed out of the Senate.
The legislation aims to attract the Bears to Indiana and would create a stadium authority in charge of acquiring land and financing the construction of a facility. The bill passed overwhelmingly out of the Senate with just 2 no votes. Speaker Huston says he plans to spend several days in northern Indiana speaking with local officials.
We'll do everything we can. I think it's an incredible economic opportunity for Northwest Indiana and for the state of Indiana, and hopefully we'll be moving something forward soon.
Economists have long questioned whether stadiums are a good economic investment, but Indiana lawmakers say the state has been good at developing financial packages that don't hurt taxpayers. I'm Ben Thorpe at the Statehouse.
That's all for this episode of WFYI News Now. Our podcast is produced by Zach Bundy, with support from the news team at WFYI and public media journalists across the state. Kendall Antron produced our music. And if you liked today's episode, remember to subscribe and share, and follow WFYI on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to get the latest updates from our newsroom anytime. Thank you for listening. We'll see you Monday.